So let's start the interview. So this is for all the students who are getting exclusive content through our online DJ training for Euro Productions. We're going to try to bring them on, train them, get them into the industry. And we are aiming to try to get them into all facets of the industry, not just even with Euro Productions, but we have many other opportunities as well. And some of those opportunities actually come through partnerships like I've got with Rob Nadigel, who's on the line with me right now. So Rob, say hi and tell us where you are, because I know you're not in Canada.
Hey Dave, how's it going? Thanks for having me. We're actually in the middle of the sea right now. We left Africa and we're heading to Monaco, but along the way we're going to be stopping at in little ports. We're not going to any major ports, but along the way we're going to be going to some amazing places, and it's been pretty amazing. 98 days total for the world cruise. So
where have you? What spots have you hit so far in your world cruise?
So we started in Los Angeles, then we went to Hawaii, New Zealand, Australia, Fiji, South Africa. We were in St. Helena, which is a very remote place, basically in the middle of nowhere. And the only way to get there is by a ship, and then you got to take a little boat. Just to give you an idea, it takes 5 days from Cape Town if you were taking a ship. And it's one of the, I guess, benefits of traveling on a cruise ship is getting to see the world, learning about yourself, learning about other people, different styles of music. And of course, when you're visiting different countries, as you know, there's different genres depending on the different country and who your demographic is. It could be challenging, but it could also be rewarding because there's a lot of learning involved in adapting to different cultures and stuff.
You know, we talk a lot about the learning all the time, and you've been in the industry, the DJ industry. Just to be clear with everybody, he is a DJ on a ship, and he's actually based. You'd say you're based in Calgary, which is how you and I know each other. But I mean, you've been in it for a long time too, just like me. How long have you been DJing now?
DJing, I've been probably close to, 25 years doing it seriously. It's a long time.
Yeah, and you're still learning, right?
Every day.
Yeah.
I'm probably learning more now. I'm learning more now because as you get older, you accept more. When you're younger, you have more of an image. You know, certain things are cool, certain things, you stay away from them because other people don't like. But when you get older, you kind of you accept more. And I'm learning that there's a lot of music out there. When I was younger, I didn't listen to it for whatever reason, and now I've come to grips with it. And there's a lot of great new music, and there's a lot of great old music. And without getting too much into it, music, we all love music because we associate music with memories, whether it's high school, growing up. So whenever we listen to that favorite song, we were in a certain place at a certain time. Could have been a girlfriend, could have, for me, it could be when I was at a certain port and I heard a certain song. Actually, ironically, that did happen when I was on the cruise ship. But yeah, but this is a whole different conversation. Music.
Yeah.
I know that we're taking this is about what I do, traveling DJs.
Yeah. So, which was the next thing I was going to ask, was you do run a Facebook group, great networking, and this is one of the reasons I wanted to bring you on, because you're great at networking. I've always praised the way you use social media to really network yourself, but you have a very unique product. So why don't you tell everybody what your product is, because this is a product I would like to be able to bring to my students and actually open up the doors for them to be able to meet you. And if you feel that they're a good fit for what you do, then maybe they can get on a cruise ship as well. So what do you do? What do you run?
So Traveling DJs is a DJ community that I started when I was working with Princess Cruises. And the group originally was for guest entertainer DJs. A guest entertainer DJ would be a DJ on a cruise ship who has passenger privileges. Pretty much is like a passenger, but you just DJ at nighttime. And at the time, there was only around 7 DJs. So it was a very, very family-based group. And we didn't have that many people in it at all. It was more about when we were going back at sea and sharing and exchanging ideas. And someone handed over the group to me and said, they no longer want to do it. They thought by giving it to me that I can, take it and turn it into this huge platform. And originally I was going to make it like a DJ Emotion Facebook group, but I thought I want to talk about the DJ community. So I figured since I travel, why not start a group called Traveling DJs? Mm-hmm. And a part of what Traveling DJs, what we do is we support each other. So we don't look at DJing being necessarily a threat, because like any business, we look, unfortunately, we look at when it comes to DJing, it could be a threat because you think someone's going to take your job. So I try to spread the love and spread the message. It doesn't need to be like that. We can actually help and educate each other and create more opportunities. And that's what Traveling DJs is. There's a lot of people from different countries, different cultures, different ages who are interested in traveling around the world for whatever reason. And a lot of people want information. And unfortunately, I've hit a point where I just can't message every single person. So we've got this amazing network of DJs, and part of working with me is working with the future Traveling DJs, which means commenting on Facebook when someone has a question, helping a fellow DJ, because we've all been there at one time when we've needed help. And although I do help and create a lot of opportunities, it's really the DJ community, between their videos and their posts, that give lots of advice on traveling DJs. Mm-hmm. When they go on a cruise ship, part of being a traveling DJ isn't just playing music. It is sharing their experience, sharing their knowledge with the traveling DJ community. We live in a day and age where, unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, but DJing now is a bit easier, although the technique is still challenging for a lot of DJs. But to get a hard drive and a controller doesn't necessarily make you a DJ. Mm-hmm. And I feel with the platform that I have, we teach a lot of different, we educate people on traveling, on DJ equipment, on different music genres. And there isn't one specific area where we help each other. It's more or less a little bit of everything. Primarily DJing on cruise ships. Although I've been working with Dave for a long time, and not to get off course here, but I remember Dave once saying that to be a DJ doesn't just mean you need to know music. You also have to know DJ equipment. And I'll be the first to admit that's something that I'm at fault with, and I need to improve with. Is if, God forbid, something goes wrong in the middle of the night, sometimes I'll find myself stuck, and that is lack of education, lack of knowledge, and that's something that Dave once brought to my attention. So I've been working with Dave for a long time. Dave knows his stuff. So for those of you out there who have the privilege and honor of working with Dave, it might be tough love, but he's been in the business for a while, and he knows what's going on. And,
you know me well, Rob. You know me well.
No,
it's tough love sometimes.
It is tough love. But back to traveling DJs. I've taken traveling DJs to a different level just because I'm on Facebook every day. I'm on Instagram, and there's only so many DJ posts that you can see before you just start. You're not even looking at the post anymore because everyone's kind of posting the same Facebook post, the same social media post. So I've gone more talking about traveling as a lifestyle. Although most people know I am a DJ, I just wanted to get a little more creative. I wanted to get a little more entrepreneurial about what I do, what traveling DJs is. And something else that's very important is traveling DJs at one point only catered to traveling DJs. And there's a world out there with people. And marketing in this business is a huge, huge thing. It's a big asset and great value. So as a DJ, you have to understand that it's not just about music. It's about branding and marketing yourself. And I realized when I was posting my videos, at one point I was only catering to traveling DJs. Then I realized when I was posting videos of myself on a beach, a lot of people were liking the videos, not necessarily because of traveling DJs or because I'm a DJ, because people like beaches. All of a sudden, I would do a video in Russia, or I was doing it, for an example, recently I was in Fanning Island, where there was approximately 2,000 people who live on the island, no electricity, no running water. And I talked a little bit about DJing, but I talked a lot about Fanning Island. So, of course, everyone who, from National Geographic to travelers to DJs, started liking the page. So I'm growing my audience outside of DJs. I'm not getting away from DJing. I'm very passionate. I'm still I still travel. I'm still DJing, but you have to find different ways of planting seeds, and those seeds have to grow, and you have to attract a wide audience. So with what I do, as much as I love traveling DJs, literally traveling DJs, there's also a market out there who I feel I can cater to, who I haven't been catering to. And as Dave said, it's all about growing. I mean, I'm sure Dave is doing this interview as a means of growing. And
that's exactly right.
I'm sort of in the same boat. And the thing is, this is only recently where I've kind of figured out what is it that I need to do to grow. Because sometimes in life, you can't wait to be promoted. You have to create your own opportunities. The days of working somewhere for X amount of years and that should equal to a promotion or an opportunity, those days are over. I don't necessarily, although it makes sense that if you're working in a certain, if you have a job, or if you're doing something for X amount of years, mathematically that should equal to growing. I question that, and only recently. I do believe that it's up to you, the individual, to create your own opportunity, and that will come with failing and coming across, being challenged, and unfortunately you'll have your ups or downs. But with the internet and with there being so many different opportunities, and you can be as creative as you want, and you don't have to be in one place to do it. You could be on the road. When I'm on the cruise ship, I have the luxury of still doing my DJ press kits. I still can help the traveling DJ community. I can still do my DJ drops. It's a little challenging, but it's a lifestyle, and this is what I chose to do. I'm very fortunate and privileged to be working with Hudson's, a company that I've been with for a long time, and Dave also is affiliated with Hudson's, and he's got a lot of experience, amazing DJs working there. And again, not to toot his horn, but through the years, Dave has helped me when I've been stuck. And that's just an example of what traveling DJs is. It's you scratch my back, I scratch yours. It's not about I stab your back, you stab. It's about helping each other.
That is a big reason why I'm trying to put this together, because you're right, that obviously this is a means to try to grow the network. But in growing the network, one thing I agree with you on, and I'm going to kind of talk about it in a different way, is yes, it's no longer, we're in a very global world now. So the world really is your oyster, and you don't have to get stuck at just a job locally to succeed or have happiness. You can do your own thing, which is great. However, you also are going to succeed a lot faster if you have a team of people who can work together. So like you and I work together, and you and other guys work together, and we all have our strengths. So if you want to succeed in an area, we're all DJs, so you want to succeed in the DJ world, then, doing your own thing, but being able to do things with other people at the same time, so that the people who have the strengths can lend their talents to you, will help you succeed a lot faster.
100%. I know that part of this interview is being honest and upfront, and I'm going to take this interview in a different direction, but I'm going to come back on course. The one thing that I don't like DJs doing is when you help a fellow DJ, at the beginning, they're very, they're thankful, they're grateful, they're, posting and helping, in my situation, thanking me for everything I did for them. But somewhere along the way, then when they do figure out that they can do it on their own, they forget the seed. They forget who planted that seed. And you got to remember not to forget, because if someone helped you along the way, be grateful through the entire process, from the beginning right till the end, because it's great that you're thankful at the beginning, but don't go behind that person's back. Don't be humble. Be humble, because I've been in a situation where I've helped many people, and then they realize I don't need Rob anymore, and they try and do it their way, and for a certain amount of time they I guess succeed, and then they realize, shit, I need Rob again. But then when they come back to me, it's kind of weird. So the message to some of you is, if you got a mentor or someone helped you along the way, just don't forget about who that person is. And I'm sure, Dave, you've been through that too.
Well, I use the analogy. It's like, you got to build your bridge, but you have to maintain your bridge. And it's the famous saying, don't burn your bridges. So let's go a little bit before that, though. In order to get where you need to be, so if you're on one side of the river and you need to get to the other side, you have to build a bridge to get there. So you got to lay each slat of wood down to get across to the other side. But if you start to neglect all the slats of wood that were the first few steps in getting you across, then when you need to get back, they're not going to be there. And if you're not maintaining that, then that's going to disappear. You're going to need to build it back up again. It's going to be a lot harder to build it back up again than just to maintain it. So,
right.
That's the way I look at it.
Yeah, no, I agree.
So yeah. So you and I have worked together for quite a while. You're now on a cruise ship here for a while. You'll be back in town within the next, few months or so?
I'm going to be back April 8th. I'll be going to Montreal to see family, and then I'm back. Sorry, I'm just looking at the calendar here. So I think the 15th. I'll be back, okay. And then I'm gone after that for a little bit. But I'm while I'm gone, and again, this is why having relationships are fantastic. I trust Dave. He has a team of amazing DJs that are working at Hudson's, as well as Dave's got DJs all over the place. Speaking of growing, I mean, I know that this is about me, but it's pretty amazing how Dave's grown his company, and I'm sure in the last couple of years has also learned a lot. But yeah, it's been a wild roller coaster ride, and that's pretty much the best way to sum it up.
Well, in continuing the network and continuing to help people who are getting involved with this, I want to thank you for taking the time to kind of share your insight, because I do want people to get to know who you are, because you do have a lot of valuable information, and you have access to my press kits, which is another kind of side company you run where people can order press kits from you to market and promote themselves, which I think is an important thing to have. So knowing you, and then also you giving people the information that they're going to need, and we can do this at a later date when people who are involved with this course, as we're calling it, as they get more entrenched in what we're doing, then I'd love to maybe sit down and do a live session with some of these guys so that they can learn exactly what the steps are in trying to get onto a cruise ship, because you do have those contacts. And if they follow your direction, just like I'm telling them, if they follow my direction, doors will open up and they will have opportunities, but they have to follow the direction, because you and I both know exactly what needs to go into being able to succeed in these areas or these arenas of the DJ industry.
100%. If I can leave everyone with one final note here, for those of you who are just getting into the business, try to learn as much as you can when it comes to music styles. The best experience you can get is being a mobile DJ, weddings, bar mitzvahs, sweet 16s. Learn the different music genres, and that means not just top 40 music or hip hop. It means everything: rock, country, jazz, blues. There's an amazing website called whosampled.com. A lot of the music from back in the day have been used as for sampling in some of the newer hip hop songs, dance music, and I highly it's amazing. You guys will listen to some of these songs, and you can learn a lot about some of the samples that are used in songs. And again, that website is whosampled.com.
Awesome. Okay, well, I know you've got to get to a show, right?
I do. I got to go DJ.
You got to go DJ. Okay, so get to your show, have fun, have a good time. I will see you in April when you get back. And thanks again for your time and sharing all your experience.
Thanks, Dave.
Okay, have a good day.